Hi folks, serious topic today, and the video will probably run a little bit longer than the 1 to 2 minutes I normally try for. A big part of why KNS Aviation exists is to allow people to get transition training so that they can be insured for flying their airplane. On the Facebook pages, you'll see folks ask pretty routinely, how do I go about getting transition training? Well, until KNS came on the scene, there'd been a gap in that for quite a while. We're meeting that market. In addition, of course, we're getting people ready to just go fly their airplane and doing a flight review if that's appropriate. But the insurance is a big part of what we're doing. So when folks ask on Facebook about that, of course, it's the internet, right? So the quality of the answers can be uneven, right? I am not an insurance expert, but since this is a huge part of KNS Aviation's business, I have talked to experts, and I will summarize it for you. It doesn't matter if you're an experimental test pilot and you flew the space shuttle. If you want insurance for your Zenith, they want you to have dual instruction. It may be only a couple hours, but they want you to fly with the CFI. And the insurance companies, you know, those are the most coldly, brutally rational organizations on the planet. They're going based strictly by numbers. And so they understand that, they understand that the accident rates in the first few hours of flying in an unfamiliar aircraft are not good. That's why we're allowed to do this. That's why they require it from you, the insurance people, and that's why the FAA allows it, so that we can go ahead and improve success on those first flights. When you ask about that stuff on Facebook and some guy just says, well, you know, just self-insure for the first 10 hours and then they'll give you coverage. That dude has no idea what your situation is. Maybe it's been 10 or 20 years since you've flown. You're like everybody else. You flew Cessnas or Pipers or whatever, got your private pilot's license, flew 100, 150 hours, and then life intervened, okay? It's what happens. Most of our customers are in that boat. So self-insuring for 10 hours without getting some instruction, that just doesn't seem smart, okay? So I want you to think through that. A lot of the people I talk to, they're really, really smart about it. They say, yes, I'm doing this for the insurance, but I am not leaving until we agree that I am competent to fly my airplane, or as competent as you can make me. Absolutely, and I truly appreciate that. If you've got questions on insurance, and I don't know how to get this out to the larger audience other than hopefully KNS will start to take hold and people will start watching the page. If you have questions about insurance, I can send you to the people to talk to, and I have a pretty good understanding based on my discussions with those guys, what's required. The airplane will fly without insurance, you know, it doesn't affect the physics. If it wrecks, you know, you may end up holding the bag. I'll make one final point. I self-insured on 3-1 Charlie. I didn't have a choice. It doesn't matter that I'm a pretty experienced pilot. Without 5 hours of dual in the 601 or 650, the insurance companies were not going to insure me. And so I took the risk. But you know what I did before I took the risk? I went and I flew 601s that belonged to my friends. They're not CFI, so I can't count it. But when I first flew this aircraft, it wasn't the first time I flew a 601. I also flew the certified version of the CH-2000, I think they're called. I flew with an instructor in that for a couple hours. So I'd seen it before. So I did a little risk management with that. I said that was the final point. One final point. I'm in Texas. If you are in California or New York or whatever, it seems like a long distance to travel. It costs you a couple of grand to get down here and get lodging and get a rental car and all that stuff, and then my costs, right? What I charge you. I've got that can be expensive, and it's a little bit, can be off-putting, okay? I acknowledge that. It's pennies on the dollar if I keep you from balling up your aircraft. Please do contact me if you want to discuss insurance, risk management, that type of stuff. You guys have a great day.